Richard Marles, an historic day, quite an unusual question time, very quiet and respectful in the face of what is an unprecedented crisis.
You're right, Kieran, and in fact the last two question times when we were here 16 days ago and today have been very different to any other question times I've experienced since I've been in Parliament, and I think it does reflect a sense of seriousness that is felt across the entire chamber about needing to do what is required at this moment in time. And it is a very historic day. Providing an employee subsidy for 6 million odd Australian workers is going to give a whole lot of people a sense of relief. It's why Labor was very keen 16 days ago to raise this as an issue and to make sure that this formed part of the stimulus relief package that has been put forward by government, and it's a very good thing that it's been passed. It is going to be passed today.
Are you encouraged by the trend, by the flattening of the curve? It's happened a lot faster than the government and its advisors had expected.
I'm encouraged, but it's right to say that we're not out of the woods and there is still a long way to go. And it's one of those things where, you know, if you take your foot off the brake too early, then it can easily flare up again. But what we've seen around the world is that where social distancing measures have been put in place, in fact, it's possible to get on top of this relatively quickly in terms of seeing changes to the numbers coming through. But there is still a long way to go. It's going to take a lot more sacrifice on the part of Australians, and certainly that's going to be felt particularly over the Easter break. And we heard the Chief Minister from the Northern Territory put it in a way that only Northern Territorians can put it, to dob in a flog. But it is going to be a moment where, you know, people need to stay at home and continue the sacrifice. But Australians have been fantastic in the last couple of weeks in coming to terms with what this challenge is and acting in a way which certainly has yielded some very encouraging results so far.
Andrew Clennell and I were talking earlier about the prospect of getting some of the football codes back. I know it's not the most important thing, but it certainly would be a boost for morale if that can happen. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, you're speaking to my heart there, Kieran, and you know, as a very keen Geelong fan, I'm very mindful that the rhythm of Australian life right now in April would be about the opening chapters to football seasons of varying codes, netball as well. So, you know, if there was anything that could be done there, I would be delighted to see that. I get that, you know, all the football codes have wanted to be responsible in this moment and see themselves as part of society, and so you know, the social distancing arrangements that are in place for the rest of us, they want to make sure they are complying with that and being model citizens. So I think that's got to be part of how this is all considered. But you know, I mean, obviously we all want to see us get back to life as normal as soon as possible, but I think the truth of the matter is that we've still got a fair way to go here. We can't be complacent about this. It is going to take some time before we can, with confidence, take the foot off the brake. And it would be a tragedy, given what has been achieved so far, to make that judgment call too early.
Richard Marles, as always, appreciate your time. I think you've got some more divisions in the House of Reps. We'll talk to you soon.